Sunday Sharpe, do 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 do. Sunday Sharpe, do 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 do. Sunday Sharpe, do 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 do. Hello, hello, hello. Saturnalia salutations. Brilliant bacchanalia. Cool you. What's that other thing? Crustmess. That's the one. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Or if not, then I hope you've had worse than you're currently having. Let's put it that way. If that doesn't sound bad. I didn't mean it that way. Trust me. But yes, I hope everyone got thoroughly spoiled, got all sorts of fishy goodnesses, and had epic times, and ate far too much. Although if you're in America, it's still fairly early, so. Hello, June, and Sky, and Lady Metalhead. Forgive me, I suck with names, but I will get there eventually. Once my computer decides to stop telling me that my McAfee is expired. Well, it's been expired for about 4 years, dumbass computer. Oh, go away. Hello, Marit, my darling. Mahoosive hug. And big old kissy. And Scotty too hottie, and Sarah, or Sarah. Hard to tell when it's written down, when you read it typed. And it's one that can upset people if you get it wrong. Oh, God, more blimmin' notifications. Oh, dear. Has everyone been uploading stuff today? Oh, God. Yeah, it seems they have been. Well, first and most importantly, yes, it will soon all be over with and life can go back to normal. Mariah Carey can be put back to sleep for another year. Oh, you ain't got COVID again, Marit. Gee. You familiar with the tale of Typhoid Mary? You're COVID Marit. Jeez. Kenny's here as well. We've got some royalty up in the show tonight. Twerk it like it's the last time. That's all I got to say, Ken. Yeah, fourth time in 13 months. I mean, I'm fairly certain you have COVID more regularly than some people have sex. So, you know. Oh, well. So, yes. Advertising something on the monster. I don't know, no idea what it is. So, what have I been up to this week? Well, kind of stuff you'd expect the week leading up to crustmess. Braving the shops, wrapping presents, swearing at people, wondering why we do it to ourselves every year. The usual. Water changes, swearing at a certain wafty dude that's in that Pleco cave right there. Chris is with a migraine. Oh no. Yeah. Oh dear. On the upside, Merritt, you can spread out in bed now. You can do the full starfish when you sleep if you want to. Just you and the kitty. But not COVID, but because I've had to be out and about around disgusting, dirty public people. Pardon me. I've managed to come down with, I'm going to be honest, it's a mild cold. But, you know, it's man flu, so I'm dying. Yeah, it's just a very mild cold, more of an annoyance than anything else. It probably doesn't help that it's also got really warm here lately. Sorry, America. We had the cold last week. Um, we were like, it's a bit cold. Um, but yeah, it's horrible and hot and sweaty and nasty, and that's probably also why I've come down with grot. Yeah, so that auto changes. Remember to upload a video on Friday at least. Did I do a short during the week? I can't remember. Might have been the It's Criblet time one. And so yeah, we got Brittle Nosy on eggs again. So yay! I just got myself down to 1,000. Oh dear, never mind. At least it's the commons, so they sell fairly quickly once they grow. And then come to today, and Mary has utterly spoilt me again. Silly girl. I would have been happy with slippers and algae wafers, but she spent way too much yet again. Um, that's just us. We just give every woman nightmares and make migraines, and yeah, it's probably why it works so well with myself and Mary that we live separately, quite a way apart. So I don't annoy her and get under her feet all the time. Just started with Pleco Fry 68. Oh, you got a little spawn! Yay! Well, I don't mean to scare you, June, but once I get into the swing of it, you'll be getting 150 every 4 weeks. That's how you end up with all this just full of bristle noses. Hello, Clark. Happy Christmas. How you doing? Oh, yeah, and that one there's full of bristle noses as well. So yeah, you got 5 tanks there with 150 in. 6 is another 150. There's another 100 left in the big tank at the bottom. And I've got another 150 in the cave in there, and the super residue again. I get on Mary's nerves, she can literally run me over, yeah, or whack me with a stick. So I do have to be a bit careful. She can either run me over with a car, with a 3-wheeled roller, or whack me with her sticks. So I have to be a good boy. Some husbands have that effect. I asked for a tiny house to escape to. Oh, this is it. It just makes. I know financially and fiscally it makes no sense to live separately, but emotionally, there's a lot to be said for that. We've been is it 6, nearly 7, or yes, nearly 6 years now, and we've not had a single argument, a single falling out, a single crossed word. So either she's got the patience of a saint, which I'm pretty sure is the case. I'm freaking awesome, which I'm pretty sure is not the case, or the whole living apart actually works. Or it's I've over the years studied enough of other people's relationships that I've seen where the problems come and know how to avoid them. Oh, no, not that bloody Ricky de Hoyos again. Oh, for fuck's sake. Bloody. Well, there goes them. Might as well just turn off now. How you doing, Ricky? Have a good one. Yeah, we'll go go with Happy Christmas rather than trying to figure out what is in different languages. This is downstairs. You can almost ignore him. Yeah, but hot air rises, June. That's the problem. And hot farts, especially, rise. Yeah, it doesn't have to be 3/4 of an hour away like Mary and I are. But yeah, while we are social creatures, we do need our own space. Um, whether it be a man cave, lady cave, no, sorry, craft room, fish room, whatever, shed, go fishing, whatever. We need time apart from each other. Um, we need to be able to just clear our heads and just be ourselves. And in men's case, it's his Polish back scratcher account. Yeah, it might be quite enjoyable. I've not tried that. Might have to. But then I normally scratch my back with a wire brush, so that's probably not a good idea. Um, yeah, so as I said, Greg, hey, how you doing? 3G, as I say. So Mary has spoilt me silly. Lots of awesome little prezzies, some not so little, and a brand new flipping tablet as well, because my old one was on the way out. Let's just put it this way: it's that old. Not only will it not play the YouTube app, pardon me, it now won't play the YouTube. It won't do YouTube Studio app. Won't do Reddit. Won't. Basically, all it does is Facebook and pornography. That's pretty much the only things that work on it anymore. So having a new one is a bonus. It is 10 years old. But so she got me this little thing, which has got the two most awesome pictures of the two most awesome kitty cats ever. They have Zach the floof monster, the ghost cat that's hanging around still. And we have Sparky, previously known as Tiggy, who is now an ex-kitty as well. She was the one who passed this year. The golden age of mid-20s, 24, 25, something like that she was. Um, I've only seen her once since she passed, but she was sat under her favourite little bush, so I knew she was happy and well. So there we go. Yeah, again, that's the other thing. Because my tablet is like 10 years old, the pictures on it are bloody awful. I think it's got like a 3 megapixel camera. And yes, that is the camera I used to record my first YouTube videos. Vino, how you doing, Vinoxky? And Callaway, how you doing? Yeah, and I've got a new pair of slippers as well because my old slippers were falling apart. So they were desperately needed. Got a new bike cover, chocolates, cheese, more cheese, more cheese, more cheese and chocolates and sweets. Um, Nightwish t-shirt, Nightwish fridge magnet. What else is over there? Puncture repair kit. Probably some other stuff I forgot. Algae wafers, all sorts. But yeah, Yes, I've been very spoiled. I'm very lucky Sharpie today. Well, I'm just a very lucky Sharpie anyway for having a wild Mary in my life. So there we go. So yes, tomorrow is going to be figuring out what all my old passwords and stuff are for the various things, so I can get them on the new tablet. That's going to be fun. And holly, let's deck the halls with boughs of holly. Yes, I know you've heard that one about 3 million times. I do apologise. How are you, my dear? So, yeah, that pretty much covers it. So, plans for next year. Might try and cut back on the amount of videos I do. I'm finding 2 a week at the moment to be a little bit hard work along with the stream. So we might cut back to 1 video most weeks. Merry sickness. Oh, bless you. Now you cough and I'll sniff and we'll be okay. So, considering how I was the start of the week, I'll take a bit of a cold at the end of the week. Hands down, because start of the week, irritable bowel was playing up and sciatica was playing up. So, yeah, that sucked. Stevie P. Yes. Bar humbug to you, sir, as well. Hope you've had a wunderbar day and the kiddies have been at least slightly well behaved. And I hope you haven't upset Jenna too much. Let's be honest. Have you got an afternoon of building Lego and that kind of thing? Yes, those are the days. When the kids get to an age where you can buy them things that you want and you can help with them. Because I just wanted mostly virtual currency. Oh dear. I take it we're talking like Minecraft currencies and stuff rather than Bitcoin. Something that actually has a value to it. By that I mean the Minecraft currencies or whatever particular game is popular at the moment. Roblox and Minecraft. Yeah. Well, it's all virtual currency. I'm too old, and well, I say the kids are too old as well. Adam managed to stuff his car into a tree this week as well, which wasn't very good. He's okay, no injuries. He just, yeah. I haven't seen yet, but I'm presuming the car's probably a write-off. So just waiting then on the insurance to get back with how much money. He was driving to his girlfriend's after work late at night and missed the junction and ended up in the field and hit a tree. So that wasn't particularly great, but that's the one thing he didn't have to outdo Nadine on, because Nadine managed to spin her car around and clonk a curb. No damage to the car or her. So it's a bit of an eventful week, but hopefully this week, we can get back to a semblance of normality. And at least once New Year's is done and dusted with it, it'll all be back to normal. Food for today is lasagna. Yeah, I approve. Yeah, he's absolutely fine. It's just some, I think, just brown trousers on both parts, but other than that, they're okay. I mean, in Adam's case, the airbag did go off, but he's fine. Kelly, how are you? Meowy crustmess to you, and because I know you'll love kitty pics. There you go. Is the floof monster and the Sparky. Anyone built a better rack in the UK? I've not built a better rack, but that is 10 litres, 2.5 gallon, isn't it? So this is poorly laid out. These are the bigger of the three cheapy glass tanks that pets at home do. They're the 28 litres. I think you've probably got the 20. Is it 28, 26, or 28, 24, and a 20? I think they might do. 20s, you might be able to get 4 wide on a rack and actually get the extra shelf in. I made sure I left myself enough space that I can easily wangle a net in and get it out. Because I've seen plenty of people with fish racks where they look awesome until they have to try and catch fish out of the tanks. Then they realise there's not enough room to get a net in there and get the net out without. Yeah. So I made sure I left enough room. Oh dear. Ooh. That went down the wrong hole. Ooh. So yeah, that's literally just one of the cheap racks off of Amazon. I think it was about 35 quid, something like that. And I painted the cheap chipboard shells with exterior gloss paint because it's waterproof and weatherproof, so won't dissolve. The wood won't dissolve in about 3 minutes. Yeah, so that's what I've done there. Yeah, as Stevie says, I was dead 3 years ago. I think that's still. Oh dear. Yeah, retractable nets. I do have one of them. Oh, good. We got even more royalty turning up. We have Mr. Alex, the secret history of living in your aquarium. Murray Fosness, how are you doing? Hope all is well with you, sir. Hope you're not too blipping cold where you are. Yeah, it looks a tad chilly at the moment as I'm sat here with the back door open because it's too bloody warm. And Gina Bina, how are you, my dear? We've got all the peeps turning up today. Oh dear. I feel all special. Must be something important. Is it my birthday? No, I'm the Antichrist. And if you're new here, no, it's not beer. It is just kind of Monster. And it is just tobacco in what I'm smoking. Because I gave up the other years ago. Because it's still illegal over here. Blooming heck! Ginger, my dear, how are you? Long time no see. Drive safe or bus safe or whatever you're doing. And yes, Merry Christmas to you, my dearie. Here for the floofy kitty. Well, there you go. Here's the most important thing here. And thank you very much, Alex. Always appreciated, never expected. $20 super chat. Merry Christmas by half a model. Hugs. Oh, hugs back, Alex. I'm pretty sure you all know I'd give you a hug if I saw you. I mean, whether you like it or not, you get a hug. I'm just that kind of person. It's okay, I don't smell as bad as I look. First time I watched your stream, I thought you were rolling joints. Yeah, you're not the first person that said that, and you won't be the last. I did have someone complain that that's what I was doing, and that, yeah, sister didn't want to buy me Pokemon cards for Christmas. Got me a $50 Amazon gift card, so I bought Pokemon cards. Fair enough. Well, at least then it's your fault if you get all ones you've already got, or they're all really bad. Oh, pardon me. Pigs in blankets and Monster. So I did also get a £20 Amazon gift card. So I'm not sure. I might buy more algae wafers because I've only got about 1.5 kilos or £3. Or I might buy a heater. But now I've got a heater. It never hurts to have a spare heater. Or we got Wisconsin cheese. I've got English cheese. I've got 3 different types of cheddar and about half a wheel of Stilton. So as we were discussing many moons ago now in one of Rico's streams about what a truckle of cheese is, and when I mentioned a truckle, I very heavily confused people. So if I grab my cheese box, I can show you what a truckle is. So here we have my box of posh cheese and other assorted bits. There you have a truckle of Worcester sauce and shallot cheddar, wrapped in wax. That is a truckle. We have crunchy red onion and sage, and we have premium vintage cheddar. No jalapenos for Kelly. Oh, yeah, I don't do jalapenos either. I find them a bit too mild. Cave-aged cheddar from Wales. Oh yes, cave-aged cheddar is the best. From the Cheddar Gorge or Wookey Hole. And yes, there is a place in the UK called Wookey Hole. It's spelt Wookey hole, but it's still called Wookey Hole. There's actually a video up on YouTube showing how they make and age cave-aged cheddar. It's gorgeous. Nitag Blue, yeah, that is a good cheese. Cambozola, I love. As the name would suggest, it's a cross between Camembert and Gorgonzola. So a blue Camembert, basically. Steam is out, stuck pumping up tyres. So yeah, that's the cold doesn't help with that. You do get the shrinkage, and yeah, it can actually damage the rubber as well. So that might be a case of the tyre cracked. Hello, Patty, darling. How are you? Hope all is well with you. So we don't really have any cheese producers locally. Then it's not really a dairy area. It's more pigs and well, vegetablist food. Yeah. Check the air pressures in your tyres, peoples, because with the cold, the pressure could well have dropped a good few psi. And Clark is having Brussels sprouts related issues. I'm fully aware, I understand that, and yeah, I'm not allowed to eat sprouts anymore. However, I do have remainders of Mary and mine's Christmas dinner to eat. We have steak pies, chicken pies, a couple of little bits of quiche left, and then pigs in blankets, which are cocktail sausages wrapped in bacon. And I can't say no to a pig in a blanket. He says, realizing that streaming alone and eating is a really bad idea. Oh, Yorkie puds. Yeah, now you're talking. Pig wants out of blanket. Yeah. You see, sausages are awesome, bacon is awesome, and then you just put the two together and it's perfection. Goat's milk Gouda place near Oskaloosa. Am I getting that right? Or is it going to be pronounced something really strange? It sounds somewhere fairly far north. There's some pineapple bacon deer sausage in the freezer. Bacon deer sausage sounds good. Iowa. Iowa twinned with Hoth at the moment, I think. Yeah, pineapple now. Yeah. Perhaps on gammon, if you've got a gammon steak, bit of pineapple on it, that can work okay, but I'd rather have gravy. And gravy and pineapple is a really bad combination. G'day, Marquis Mark. How are you doing, sir? Hope you had a fine Crimble day. Happy Boxing Day. Beefalo tenderloin. Ooh, that sounds good. Ooh. All this food talk and making people hungry again. So, has anyone got any fishy plans for next year? Any interesting and exciting new projects? The teeth in. Exciting new projects happening. As I said, I will be going with a Blackwater soft watery tank, which to me will be soft water. To a lot of people, it will be a hard water tank. But you know, we have to take what we got. Mandy dear, meowy crustmess to you. Brilliant bacchanalia. Cool Yule. What a sensational saturnalia. All of which are equally acceptable as terms for the time of year. It all depends how far back you go historically as to which you think is the correct one. So, yeah, so yes, my plans are reduce the amount of bristle noses. That's just common sense, really, isn't it? Um, Once we've got the Blackie water tank up and running, hopefully get the Clowniplex breeding and the Nanacara anomala as well. Would also be good to get the Epistos to breed. Baby Pistos are just super cute, not to mention worth a few quid. Um, Especially Epistos that live in hard water. I know I still need a new rack. Yeah, this one's getting a bit old and saggy now. Yeah. Hello, Poetic Song. In case you didn't hear last week, that was just Bob accidentally butt modding. That got you timed out. You didn't do anything wrong. Don't worry about it. It was just Bob either butt modded or fat thumbed you. I do apologise for that. It wasn't anything personal or anything you did wrong. Don't worry about it. It takes a lot to get yourself muted in this chat. Let's just put it that way. Which I think is one reason why Candy stopped turning up. Her mod finger was twitching and twitching, and it was like, no, that's okay. That's okay. That's fine. Bless her. I haven't seen her for ages. If you happen to be lurking, yeah, I'll say it. Yeah, first, exactly. Your first time in and you get timed out. Yeah. It's very rare that people get timed out here. Generally, the mods are leave it up, let me see it, and I'll make the decision. Don't exactly request or say stuff that requires links much either. If you want to link stuff, link stuff. You know, you link other people's channels in the chat. I don't mind that. Link yourself. Link other people. I mean, if you really wanted to link some of my videos, I wouldn't say no to that. Or like, my channel or anything. Don't bother linking my PayPal because I just don't use it. This month or two ago, I actually got an email from PayPal telling me that if I didn't use my PayPal, they were going to start charging me for not using it. I was like, what? Turned out there was money in there. I completely forgot that was in there. It wasn't a huge amount, but I was like, oh, there's some money in there. Oh, well, best spend it then. Then they can't charge me. But yeah, I don't tend to buy a lot from places that. That's what I mean. Yeah, I get that, Mandy, but you know, if you've seen a cool video lately on someone's channel, then feel free to pop the link for that in there. Ideally a fish fan person, but if it's not a fish fan person, then you know, we still enjoy different things. We don't just do fish 24/7, as much as we might like to. We do have other interests. That's the point. I didn't see if Drakinophel had uploaded yet today. Mark, have you seen anything from Drak today? And Jimmy P's here as well. Good evening, sir. Hope all is well with you. And a furry crustmess to you too. You look-alike you. Oh, is it? Yeah, Stan Lee look-alike. Jimmy P. There we go. Oh, yeah, I know you trust us not to be too weird. Heck, it's just, you know, some of the stuff I watch. Jeez. This morning I was watching, well, Casual Criminalist. There you go. There's a link. Yeah, I was watching long form videos about serial killers. So you know, had my notepad out, taking notes. Rule number one: do not write down your crimes anywhere, because it will come back to bite you in the butt. Yeah, it was a doctor who poisoned a bunch of people in the States, lost his license in one place, went to jail, got his license back, changed his name, went to a different state, poisoned some more people, ran away, went to another state, poisoned some more people. There we go. Look at that. Thank you very much, Mandy. And then went to Zimbabwe and started doing the same there. They finally figured him out in America, and then for some dumb reason he went back to the States with a, not the Wheaties killer, as a, I want to say something like Orongo or Orango. I forget the name, but yeah, he was like a, he was a bargain basement version of Harold Shipman. That sounds really bad, but you know, you got to go something to beat Shipman. Bit of bacon. Um, yeah, you get the usual, no, dull, wrong kind of serial killer. Yes. Um, so you might be familiar, Mark. If you look up my name on Aussie Google, it will come up with something quite interesting. It's not me, I promise, nor a relation of mine. Unless, no, it's going back to pre-Australia day. Um, yes, exactly. Um, yeah, so you get most of the serial killers now. If they get in the double figures, they're pretty well renowned, you know, well known. It's like, oh my god, yeah, Shipman 250, and that was fairly recently in the UK. He did that. Yeah, that's one that made world news. I think we can safely say. But then, you know, it's not like he was doing anything perverse or mutilatory or anything. He was just giving extremely large morphine injections to old people, which on the range of serial killer evilness, it is fairly low. You know, we're not making belt buckles out of ladies' chest parts or wearing their skin or anything like that. It's nothing to do with little kiddies, which always makes things worse. It's old people and just injecting them. But yeah, when you get to those kind of numbers, it's just like, how did you not get caught beforehand? Every serial killer says the same thing: abuse at home. Yeah, there's a lot of that, unfortunately. Yeah. So there's, yes, Ed Gein, Geen. Mind you, there's not much else to do in Wisconsin apparently. So you know, I do apologise. I've got a very dark sense of humour. There's this line that people have they won't cross. I look over there, I can just about see it in the distance. That might be it, or it might be a mirage. I don't know. Some people's minds are in the gutter. I look up at the gutter. It's just the way it is. So yeah, some people don't appreciate a dark sense of humour. Other people think you mean it. But, yeah. So, sayings that have never made sense to me. You can't have your cake and eat it. Point in having cake then. And the other one is, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Steer clear of pooping dick jokes. Yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of where my sense of humour is. There's a lot of wind jokes. Hi-oh, Silver, away! That was a really bad accent. I don't even know why I bothered. Mirage thought it was an F-111. No, it was a Draken. And that just confused everyone who doesn't know about jet planes. Where's Kyle when we need him? Or Bexy, just to really wind her up. Oh dear. It was a better accent. There's some people over here. It's, oh, jeez. They must be bad then. I mean, it's what? It's got to be over nearer 40 years since I watched The Lone Ranger. I think that was on between. I think it was like The Lone Ranger, then Champion the Wonder Horse, and then Flipper. Innuendo is fun, and graphic sex jokes not so much. Yeah, I do tend to try and avoid sexual content. Well, in public, I mean, you know, in private, slightly different, but there you go. Leave a little to the imagination. Yes, precisely. It just makes it even sexier. Oh, I wouldn't say I get the double entendres. It's more a single entendre with me. Not normally that subtle. Leave a little to the imagination. Exactly. Bit of cleavage. Ooh. Lots of cleavage. Right. Well, that depends who it is. There are some cleavages you'd like to see. There are others that you wouldn't. Next door neighbour's a party again. Was at it until 5 this morning. Is it okay for me to sneeze on it? Yes. Go around and sneeze through his letterbox. That'll do the trick. And that wasn't meant to sound as perverted as it sounded. Yeah, that does sound bad, doesn't it? Oh, I met this girl last night. She let me sneeze in her letterbox. Oh, I apologise for that one. Oh, I managed to disgust myself with that one. Oh, that's not a good flavour either. Mm. When your cough tastes like the back end of an ashtray. Many times I've had some more jokes that I laughed really hard at. I think I made you. Yeah, I think I made you do that a couple of times in Dan's fish stream, didn't I? When I watched that a few times. Yes, yeah, I think you had to mod me a few times in there. He was just saying some really, really obvious, dirty things. Oh, Greg's ears are burning. What are we up to? It's just being perverse, Greg. Don't worry about it. Talking about sneezing in letterboxes. Blooming it. Thank you very much, Alexander. Mr. Englehart gifted 50 Sharpie's Fish and Phantom memberships. So it's going to be flying through, everyone getting all the memberships. Blooming heck. Thank you very, very much, Lee. Most appreciated. Exactly, Rob. And welcome aboard at Cray Cray. Hey, you feel free to chat as well, Alexander. And Hecklefish is here as well. How you diddling? I'm hoping that wasn't a typo and he meant to put 5. Yes. I was told how to do it, Sarah. I can't remember. I know you have to click on allow somethings or other. I think you basically have to, is it click the join button or the super chat or something like that, and then comes up with click allow gifts or something like that. Somewhere down that line. I've been Englehearted. I know. Oh, fireworks going off outside. Yeah, I know. It's sucks, but unfortunately, it's that time of year. Thankfully, neighbour that side appears to have gone out completely. The car's not there, the lights are all off, and maybe that side are pretty quiet at the best of times. But yes, big get well snuggle hugs, Marek and Chris. Gentle fist bumps to Chris. Don't want to do a big loud one because he's got a migraine, the last thing he wants. Gifted memberships is that the lurkers are revealed. Good point, Gina. Yes. I don't tend to get too many lurkers. That's one thing I do notice. People do tend to actually take part, even if it's just to tell me I've been disgusting or that I'm perverting the children. Or yeah, I did actually have someone say in the chat in my live stream, if you know how YouTube works, you'll know how dumb this sounds, that by smoking in my streams, I was setting a bad example for children. The fact that it's a live stream, that comments and chat are on, means it's set to not for kids. Yeah, they left the stream, Marek, don't worry. Yeah, I blocked them. Exactly. It's not for kids. There is YouTube Kids for kids. If it's monetized, it's not for kids. But, you know. Then there was someone else started getting all highly right wing and religious at me, so I had to block them. and there was someone going on about being an anti-vaxxer and COVID not being real, so they went bye-bye as well. Some of us are big kids. Oh yeah, gotta be a big kid. Whatever general personality is not suitable for children. Yeah, I'm certainly not child friendly. I get on fine with kids. Don't get me wrong, because I am a big kid. As Mark said, I still find I enjoy a good fart joke, a burp joke, which is a fart and a burp, which makes kids laugh. Send them to me. I'll show them all of that COVID. Sounds like somebody's like, YouTube babysit their kids. What a twat waffle. Yes. Or a cock nostril. That's another good one. Cock womble. Or just bell end. That works just perfectly for everything. Yeah, marital sneeze on them. Thankfully the IBS has cleared up, because the amount I've been sneezing in the last few days, if I started IBS, that would be very messy. And yes, I've got my hair tied up today because it was just going mental. It was doing an 80s thing. But yeah, so you got to stay in touch with your inner child as you get older, otherwise life just gets real boring. We all know people who have completely lost touch with their inner child, and they're no fun to be around. Past the sneezing part, full on exploding. Oh dear. As long as it's not out of both ends. You're only young still, Gina. You are a kid. Not like some of us who are looking back fondly on our 30s. Getting scarily close to the 50s. Or 60s or 70s. It depends on who's in here. That's okay, just the top end. And Liquid Rock is lurking away, or possibly just a sub who has stuff allowed. If you hear Liquid Rock, say hello. I don't bite often. And if I do, it's more of a friendly nibble. At least I can remember my 30s. Yeah, I can remember the 30s. I can't remember my late teens, early 20s, mid 20s. Basically, the 90s are pretty much a blur. There may have been some drugs and alcohol involved at one point. I say at one point. I mean, I just started and then didn't stop for a decade. So the fact that I'm here today is kind of a miracle. Didn't miss much. Yeah, I mean, thankfully I was sensible enough to buy all the good music. So I've still got decent tunes to listen to. And yes, this week I have mostly been listening to Swedish industrial metal, just so I don't have to listen to sodding Christmas music. Oh, Jean has been helping Silver Creek out. I'm going to start researching on a cost analysis versus going fresh. That's going to be a bit more, but if I can get away with it, I'll be going salty. I mean, I was going to say it's salty enough. Yeah, I get it. It's again, it's something I think of and then I decide against, and then I think of and then I decide against. I think if I did go salty, I would probably just start out with some mollies. I know you can. And if you want to go salty marrot, you just got to ask. Oh dear, my little scout's mistress. Came across. You may want to re-choose the words if we're talking about salty. Yeah, don't want to be. That reminds me of it. Reminds me of an old joke. What do you do if you come across a tiger in the forest? Wipe it off and say sorry. Came across a really good deal on a BioCube tank, so it'd be a great opportunity to go for it. If you've got a good deal on a tank, I mean, my possible would, I mean, if I did, it would probably be no surprise, a 15-gallon fluval flex. And I would probably be Fowler. Let's be honest, I don't like corals. They just there. I don't like the lights either. The lights give me a migraine. So it'd be live rock, possibly a couple of anemones. Yes, I know, anemones. But yeah, I'd definitely start out with mollies, so I could then get things cycled and sorted. And yeah, I know the mollies can handle it, and they're relatively bomb-proof fish to start with anyway. You want anemones, corals, and scrimps. I mean, the main thing I would want, and I know is probably the tank will be too small, would be one of the pink sea cucumbers, because they just look so perverse. They just look like a wang laying in the bottom of the tank. Merry Fishmas, the pink ones just look perverse. And when they take a dump as well, because it's just a big hole opens up in the back end, and just a tube of sand comes out. The sand goes in one end and comes out the other. Literally, it is. That's why I'd have to have one, and I would have to call it Dick. Or Todger or something like that. You know there has to be someone that dips their end in their tank, so that probably koi can go on. You know there's someone who does that. Whether they're in the fish farm or not, I don't know. And if I did, I wouldn't say. But because I'm not going to kink shame, but you know there's someone who does it. No, just Google image search pink sea cucumber. Quite frankly, the most perverse sea creature there is. Yeah, I don't know what I'd do if I did do salty once I'd got the mollies done and out. That would probably be quite interesting, taking them back to the store, going, all right, now, yeah, these mollies, these ones are actually saltwater mollies. Don't go putting them in your freshwater tank or they'll all die. Hope someone put a gar in that tank. Ooh. Great names for two of my quail. Chip and quail. I see. I have seen a video on a certain website. But if you know these websites, you'll know what I'm talking about. Kind of one where you can watch videos of like beheadings and things like that if you're so inclined. And there was a young lad who was out carp fishing, caught a carp of a certain size that was big enough. Howdy, Scuba Steve. And carp are known. It's well known if you catch them, if you stick your thumb in their mouth, they'll suck on your thumb and they'll calm right down. If you're trying to take a picture of it, and you stick your thumb in its mouth, it will just sit there going on your thumb, and it'll be quite calm. And you can take all your pictures, or actually, as people tend to do. So the fish are that big, they just hold it like that, and then it looks like they caught a massive fish. Yeah, so this young lad didn't stick his thumb in the carp's mouth, he stuck something a bit larger that grew. But what nobody had told him was about the pharyngeal teeth that carp have in their throat that they use to crush shellfish. Yeah, there was lots of screaming, and then let's just say he lost a bit of length. Oh, Gina's from that picnicudas. Yeah, good day, Steve-O. Yeah, it's karma. Yeah, I do have the subscriber only mode on because it does stop the Russian chat bot, sex bot things. So welcome aboard, Liquid Rock. That's the only reason I turned that on. Oh dear, damn cold. Not I'm cold, I've got a cold. I'm actually too bloody hot, that's the problem. Yeah, that's the reason I have the subscriber mode on. It's not so that if you're not subscribed, you can't type in chat. It's literally just to keep the bot numbers down. I can guarantee one of the first things that will happen when I hit dismiss and blah 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 and turn my pooter off is I go pick up my phone, go to YouTube Studio, and delete probably 2 or 3 comments that are, go here for naughty pictures and videos, which is just, I haven't got a problem with naughty pictures and videos. I don't want all the viruses that come along with it. I mean, if I'm going to enjoy myself like that and get a virus, I'll do it with a real person. At least I don't need to go to the doctor and get that fixed. Marek can find pics on her own. Thank you very much. Well, you've just got to look down, Marek. That's all you need to do. If I was you, I'd have a bad neck because I'd just be permanently like that. Stephen hadn't put a link in Fish Fan Christmas when he'd known I'd have missed the channel. Blooming neck. Yeah, I do get that sometimes. People are like, oh, I didn't realise you had a channel. You actually did videos. Well, yeah. I've been around here for probably longer than the majority of the Fish Fam have who've been on YouTube. I love all the girls. Nothing makes me happier than seeing pretty girls. Yeah, it's got to be 6-7 years now I've been putting videos up on YouTube. The best part about the event, finding the channels that you never knew existed. But it's that, and also I know YouTube says they don't do it, but I know there are channels I've been subscribed to. Gina, for example, I went to join Gina's stream the other day. Gina, I've been in your streams in the past. Well, I went to join your stream and it said I wasn't subscribed. So I was like, oh, huh? I know I subbed to Gina. So I've been finding quite a few people where it's like, I knew I subbed, but I've been unsubbed to for some reason. Howdy Black Powder, how you doing? Otherwise known as Mr. Mark Stilson. So if you're not subbed to Mark's second channel, there he is, Mr. Marquis Mark, the Baron of Bunyips. Yeah, it's pretty annoying, but it does explain why subscriber counts do that old go up 3 and go down 2, or go up 5 and go down 4. I swear it's YouTube unsubbing people. So, oh, you haven't watched this person's video for 3 weeks. Well, we'll unsub you from them. They haven't uploaded anything for 3 weeks. And then there'll be people who haven't uploaded anything in donkey's years, or they've deleted their channel, and I'm still subscribed to them. It's like, why? 29-gallon BioCube with stand for $25. Yeah, you got it. You can't say no to that. Damn, I'd pay that just for the stand. Just for a stand to throw, just have it as a table. So yes, if one of the mods would be so kind as to pop a link to Black Powder Aquatics, if we have any mods left. Actually, what I'll do is I will do a clicky there, a clicky there, and there you go, Mark. If you want to stick a link up, oh, and Mandy beat me to it, but there you go. Feel free to link yourself. Do I think a 15-gallon cube is too small for brackish? It's probably the wrong stream to ask that question. Yeah, as I'm sitting here looking at approximately 50 shell dwellers in a 15-gallon. Yes, milady, you are indeed a wrench wench. I don't know whether I came up with that or someone else did. I can't remember, but I'm stealing it anyway. And Dave is here as well. He's been gifted a member tip. But yeah, so yeah, 15-gallon, you can do pretty much anything in a 15. It's just how big the fish you want. That's the main thing. You just need a bigger tank if you want bigger fish. In general, yes, I know there are certain species that prefer more swimming space, certain species that don't need much swimming space. Yes, I know, but in general. Then can you imagine if I had a big, like 300-gallon tank, just how many bristle noses I'd have in it? How upset would people get with me? Yeah, so there was someone asking something the other day about they've got a better and a snail and like half a dozen shrimp in a 15-gallon tank, and they were wondering if it was overstocked. I'm like, I'd breed bristle noses in those. I'm like, I'm surprised you've actually got a cycle running with that low a bioload in a planted tank. Because here we go. Actual sensible fishy question. Oh, food for thought, let's put it that way. If you've got a, let's for the sake of ease, let's call it a, let's go with a 10-gallon tank, right? Nicely planted, fairly heavily, densely planted, and you've got a better in it. Do you think you've actually got a cycle running in that tank, or do you think the plants are taking up all the ammonia before any cycle starts to form? Do you reckon? Because I've seen people spend months trying to cycle a 5 or a 10-gallon planted tank so they can put in a better. And I'm thinking, that's not going to produce enough waste to feed the plants, let alone a cycle. A cycle. Yeah. Plecos make their own bioload. Oh, yeah. I was actually thinking during the week when I was, yesterday, when I was doing the second water changes on the fry tanks, I was considering pouring the bucket of water in the sink that came out of the tank with the filter cleanings from 3 days and going, you want to know how much plecos poop? And just filming it as a short. There you go. That's 3 days and 300 bristlenose babies, and that's the amount of poop. June's made 2 videos watching me. Oh, good. I hope I don't show up in the background. Get yourself in all sorts of trouble with YouTube. Don't worry, you're not going to get copyrighted. Dr. Tim himself said on a live stream that the fastest way to cycle a tank with his product, the one and only. Yeah, tanks just cycle so much quicker with fish in them. Adele, my darling, how are you? Hope all is well. And big hug. 2 more to go. Blooming heck. I mean, I need to start making videos again because I haven't made any for a while. I've been uploading stuff I'd already got filmed. Waking up to get ready for work and the Boxing Day sales, where all the people that were in 2 days ago will be back. They'll either be back bringing back all the stuff they bought that they didn't really want, or trying to get the stuff cheaper than it was 2 days ago. Only use products for water changes, dechlorinate. Yeah, that's. I generally just generally, if I want to start a new tank up, I just clean out one of these filters into the new tank. I mean, literally just take the sponge, stick it in the water, and go squelch, 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 squelch. Let all the gunk and the muck and the slime go everywhere, and then just add some fish. Job done. Use hot and ready fertile substrate that will make and cap it to hold in the slow release. Like a like semi-clenching and just seeping it out rather than ripping it. Yes. Yeah, when you see people go, oh no, it takes at least 6 weeks or at least 2 months to cycle an aquarium, I'm thinking, the hell are you doing? Damn, you like it really slow. Yeah, we all want to see Mandy streaming. Mandy lovely and funny and awesome. And hey, redheads rock. At least 2 weeks or cycle, usually more. I think the longest one that I had that took the cycle was my first tank, and that took 2 weeks. That was fishing, and the ammonia never got above about 0.5. None of the others I've actually bothered. I just stick stuff in and it all goes well. The trick is just don't put a huge stocking in there straight away. You know, a couple of small fish is enough to get things up and running, and then just gradually add. Oh, good night, Marriott. Sleep well, my dear. Hope you're well stocked and spinny, and that you feel a bit better tomorrow, and that Chris feels better too. Big huggles. Mwah. Yeah. Squishing filth mutton. Ta-da! Basket case are not normally camera ready. And the house looks like the beginning stages of the house that will be on hoarders eventually. Don't worry about it. We all know you. We all love you. We ain't gonna judge because we all got fish rooms and they all look like an explosion in an aquatics store. Let's be honest. Ooh. And yes, that flame did just go right up my nose. Yeah, just clean what the cameras will see. Well, if you were to go back, and I know Mark has done this, and watch some of my modelling videos, you'll see that lovely clean looking bench and tidy with everything, you know, also. What has happened there is I've mounted the camera, switched it on, gone, right, yeah, okay, played about the zoom, right, that's the right, yeah, okay. Then look up at the screen and just go, and yeah, that's the screen clean. You know, none of that stuff's visible. Exactly. There's no shame showing you actually live in your house. I know people whose houses are like show homes, and it's not a home. They're not lived in. Yeah, that's exactly why so many have green screens. Yes, because you can hide everything. Don't look at what the camera can't see. Mm-hmm. And when it's for fish tubers, check the reflections. Yeah, that's make sure you check your reflections, because I've had to reshoot videos because there were things on show that shouldn't have been on show in a YouTube video, even though it's not made for kids. And I know Bunny Viper had to remove one of her videos because there was a boob slip in it, in a reflection. I'm sure there's more than that of us who've you know, either videoed something and then watched it back and gone, uh-oh, we're going to have to refilm that one. We can't use that. Or, and I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often on Facebook, where people put the picture up and you don't see a reflection of them in their pants, as it were. Oh no. My can is dead. Do I break open another can? Do I go for a double dose of energy drink? Or do I switch to drinking Coke straight out the bottle? What do we reckon? Can Sharpe drink a litre of energy drink shortly before bedtime and still fall asleep? Answer yes. Kelly's still here? Yay. Give Fat Kitty a good fuss for me. Once you get home, obviously. Yeah, the fish order stream. Oh, pardon me. At least it's that end. Yeah. Coke is probably safer than a double dose of energy drink. Yeah, it's not quite got enough caffeine in it though. That's the problem. If you don't know, I have a mild caffeine addiction. Um, if I don't have enough caffeine in my body, I struggle to sleep. I know, weird. Um, but yeah, I can drink one of these and just go lay down and have a nap. It's not a problem. I'm not exactly what you call the poster child for yeah energy. Red Bull, it helps you nap. Uh, it's not that I'm not a fan of coffee. I'm just not a fan of hot drinks generally. That's the thing. I've, I've been known to put instant coffee in a glass of Coke to you know, up the caffeine level slightly. Just get off of energy drinks, switch to mixing in moringa in my morning protein shake. Yeah. Um, no. Protein shake, no, that just sounds really bad. And yeah, I think I'd rather have the crack, to be honest. Um, whether you wish to take that as a drugs or a sexual reference is up to you. Cooking marathons a lot. The food wench. Oh, you're far more than a food wench. You're a fat kitty mum. That is the most important job of the lot. But yeah, so yeah, slight caffeine issue, slight sugar issue. You don't want to be anywhere near me first thing in the morning when I'm low on sugar, caffeine, and nicotine. One reason my nickname is Wookie. You miss your kitties, and I'm sure your kitties miss you. And yes, I'm pretty sure I said kitties. Um, I think I pronounced that correctly. If I didn't, apologies. Moringa is life changing. Yeah. Might as well just shoot the monsters right into the veins. Hey, I have been tempted with a caffeine drip. That's why I had to stop the drinks. So high strung. Yes, this is me high strung and fully energized. This is about as enthusiastic and lively as I get. Um, I see people make videos, not necessarily fish family types, but other people that have made videos. And I'm sitting there and I'm getting worn out watching them be so awake and lively. And I'm like, oh, how can you actually be so enthusiastic about anything? Oh dear. Yeah. It will be good to be home. Home and safe and getting all the head rubs and snuggles off the kitties is always good. And your own bed. You can't beat your own bed. Look, Alexander's memberships are still trundling through. They'll probably be trundling through for about a month, I reckon. Rather impressive. Oh, oh. Uh, yes. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we still have an 8 hour workday over here. Um, it's just kind of accepted now that everyone needs coffee to function, so, or caffeine of some description. Yeah. There's always been tea breaks in it. You know, it's England. Got to have a tea break. You're rude not to. I think they are actually legal before holiday pay was. You had to give someone a tea break, whether you're paying them or not. Right. Oh, we're out of ciggy papers. Never a good sign. The tree that grown Africa. Highly nutrient dense. Oh, pardon me. Hot tea with cream and sugar. Well, milk and sugar. You don't put cream in tea, but milk in tea. Tea with cream is just weird. I mean, tea's bad enough as it is, but putting cream in it is just a waste of cream. Ooh. Right. Ciggy papers. I need ciggy papers. And let's see what Asda Cola is like. Live taste test. Because I have had a caffeine drip before in hospital. You don't want one. Oh. And that might wake me up. All poisoned in some way. Yes. And Yella's here as well. Yay. Meowy crustmess Yella. I thought it was a bit quiet out the back today. You've been sleeping in. You dirty old stop out you. Yeah, well, we're all poisoned in some way. It's just balancing all the poisons out. Getting them all to a similar level. It's like Mr. Burns. Got all the diseases, but they're all in balance. So I'm just debating whether I have a big chunk of Stilton cheese before I go to bed tonight. Could be some interesting dreams. Hello, Dave. And I am fully aware that none of the Americans will get the League of Gentlemen joke there. New Year's resolution ready. I'm going to acquire a vice. I take what you mean a chemical type vice rather than something that you grip things with. Unless you just mean you're going to do a lot of thigh exercises. Was that GoldenEye? It was one of the Pierce Brosnan Bond movies. Famke Janssen broke some guy's back with her thighs, apparently. Okay. That was the story, anyway. Quite how she managed it in the position they were in, I have no idea. It crushed his rib cage, quite likely, but yeah. Well, my advice is to take up a vice you can easily quit. Not one that's super addictive like caffeine or nicotine or getting ready to crush some nuts. Oh dear. Coffee good. Adele is currently waking up. My tea is Scottish breakfast and 8 times stronger than coffee in caffeine content. Oh yeah. Per gram, tea has a lot more caffeine in it than coffee does. Unfortunately, tea tastes bloody foul. Because if you're like me and you've got no sense of smell, tea is basically hot, slightly off flavored water with a milk. It's just not good. Right, let's see what As the Cola is like. Yeah, not bad. Tastes about the same second time as it did the first, so we're good with that. It's got sugar and caffeine in it. That's the most important thing. And yes, I'm a heathen. I drink straight out of the bottle. But there's only me in the house, so it's not like someone else has got to drink the same Coke or anything. So don't worry. I just realised I've still got bottles of Pleco water from the summer in the kitchen. Some teas smell delicious. Milk in tea is sacrilege. No, no, milk in tea is a must. And yeah, I have no sense of smell. So if you take all the smell away, tea has very little, if any, flavour. And yeah, so to me, it's either drinking hot, slightly off flavoured water. Ooh, pardon me. Or it's hot watered down milk. Neither of which are particularly pleasant. But why go through all the hassle and the grief of making tea or coffee? Why don't you just open a can or a bottle and job done? There we go. Here's the member shapes, which I think everyone is a member now. Thanks to Alexander, Mr. Engelhart. Thank you very much, Scotty. I do try and keep them a bit calm and under control when I'm streaming. So if I aimed directly at the camera, yeah. And if someone wants a job to do or something that is probably going to go viral, feel free to clip out and edit all the various burps that I do and farts in my live streams, smush them all together into one big video, and then upload it. You'll probably get millions of views. Yeah, I tend not to get put in for the morning shifts at work because it's just not a good idea. Just like a 30-minute video of me belching and farting. Hi, Jeremy. All right, Jezza. Jezza being the accepted UK abbreviation for Jeremy. I think, I mean, if I could ever figure out, well, download an editing application and then figure out how to download or figure out how to edit and go through all my various streams, of which there's probably hundreds of them now, and just edit out all the burps and farts. It'd take forever, but I think it'd probably be one of the funnier videos out there. It would go viral, I'm pretty sure. You'd see the hair getting longer and shorter, the beard getting longer and shorter, getting fatter and thinner and fatter and thinner, and 7:30. This is the thing, is I'm normally up silly early in the morning, even if I don't have to be. But I'm still no bloody use to anyone. Probably before 10 o'clock. I think I've got some 9 o'clock starts this week. Might even have a 7, which could be interesting. I mean, it's okay because the first few hours of the shift just disappear because I'm not awake yet. Purely on autopilot. Thankfully, I work retail, so I can be on autopilot. Although what I do now does take a little bit more thought than public holiday pay. I'll take it. Oh yeah, that's why I'm quite happy about going in tomorrow as well. Public holiday pay, so double pay, yay! It's something like £20.80 an hour. So not going to complain at that. Yeah, 6-hour shift and take home. Well, take home at the end of the month be about £100 for that day. So ain't going to complain at that. Just have to get all my water changes finished tomorrow. It's okay because I did the fry rack yesterday. Rest of them will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, 2, 3. 4, 2. Yeah, just another. Yeah, just another 7 buckets worth to do tomorrow. At 275 hours stay. It's like, can't complain, can you? Exactly. If it's offered, you're going to take it. And also, I'll get a day off in lieu, so an extra day's vacation or holiday, whichever you want to call it. Which again, I'm not going to complain about. So, woohoo! Is there anything interesting going on fishy wise? Not really. Limia's doing what Limia's do. Super sexy dude getting really horny and rapey. We did pull out about another dozen or so of babies to put in there the other day. So yeah, I was rostered for tomorrow. Actually shut today, so shut. Sorry, rostered for Tuesday. We're shut Monday. Yeah, getting the days confused. So you're a day later there. Hi Ricky, how you doing, my friend? Hope all is well with you. Hope you've had a good one. Nothing too bad happening, at least. Not long before you're back over here again. Actually closed Tuesday. Fair enough. And so we're closed today, tomorrow, and then short hours Tuesday, short hours Saturday, closed Sunday, short hours Monday, I think. Yeah, stupid how they work it out, I know. You think it'd be pretty obvious. Oh, Christmas Day falls on a Sunday. Fair enough. That'll make the Monday the bank holiday then, because it's Christmas or Boxing Day. Oh no, we have to have another one. JS Idaho, greetings. Meowy crustmess user, have a good day too. Dropped in to say hi and good wishes. Good and best wishes to you and your family as well, Ricky. Give all your ham and alls a good fuss for me. Well, the ones that are safe to fuss. The ones that aren't, just admire from a safe distance. Yeah, I don't want to hear that you got like bitten by something nasty because you tried to fuss it because I told you to. Yeah, like the woman who and got more. Huh? No, that's nothing. That's not the zoo or the cheetah's fault. She decided to jump into a cage, basically with apex predators. Yeah, a bit different if you adopted a donkey. Well, I knew they'd probably still complain if a donkey kicked them, but or if a llama spat on them. That's what I like about the UK. The animals are fairly safe. There's not too much we have to worry about. Most of them are just more of an annoyance than anything. Mosquitoes, gnats. Badgers aren't a problem, Adele. I mean, obviously, if you try upsetting a badger, it can make a mess of you, but generally the most people will see of a badger is one run over at the roadside. Um, there are some around here. Is Happy Christmas just a British thing? I think it's generally a Christian country thing. Obviously, this might come as a shock to some people, but different countries and different cultures have different religions and don't necessarily celebrate the same things. Weirdly, it's normally about the same time of year. So, but yeah, I think it's a. I think in Norwegian it's God Yule, which I mean Good Yule or Happy Christmas, because obviously it all originated from Scandinavia anyway, many thousands of years ago. It's, yeah, it started out as Yule, then Bacchanalia, Saturnalia, and then crustmess. And that wasn't until bottles of Coke falling over. So it wasn't. Was it Augustus was the first Roman emperor to convert to Catholicism? Whichever the first Roman emperor was to convert to Catholicism is the one that invented Christmas. There we go. So yeah, that's several hundred years after the fact. So, just as a way to try to get the entirety of the Roman Empire to convert to the same religion. And then they made it weird because the Roman Empire went from executing Christians to becoming Christian to then executing people for not being Christian. Funny that, isn't it? Ugh, religion. Who'd have it? Splitters. Yeah, exactly. I'll get back to the part being an awkward one out on one phone. Anyway, back to the part of being the awkward one. Have fun, Ricky. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Yep, Christians are also being executed by other religions at the time too. Yes, and then decided to go on a crusade to try and kill all the other non-Christian religious peoples, which worked out really well. Not. Big Shrimpin'. How you doing? Merry Christmas. Yeah. Religion responsible for more deaths than anything other than the mosquito. Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, let's get away from religious stuff on a religious holiday. Yeah, it's always just history. Good to know the Christian faith is so forgiving of others. Yeah, it's weird that, isn't it? Yeah, despite the fact that three of the most popular religious faiths in the world are based on the same original thing, yet they keep murdering each other for not believing in the right religion. Oh dear. You couldn't make it up. If you tried, you know, not even hell, not even Roger Corman would make that movie. Yeah, exactly. So much for turn the other cheek. It's just be excellent to each other. So says Sharpsus. There we go. That's my Christmas message to the world. Be excellent to each other. There you go, Mark. So says Bill and Ted. Yeah, exactly. And to quote an Aussie comic, Adam Hills, don't be a dick. Yeah, it's really simple. Treat others how you want to be treated. Manners cost nothing. Don't be a dick. Just be a good person. It's really not that hard. Why we need books and cult meetings on the thing? Yeah, no. It's really quite kind of simple. Unfortunately, it's amazingly hard for some people. Yeah. What is it they say? Is if in a group of people, it's something to do with either you're the arse. Yeah, it's either nobody's the asshole or you're the asshole. Um, I can't remember the saying. I've not had enough caffeine today. Uh, but as I'm before religion, it was this mass murder and horrific sex acts just because. And then, oh, we can say it's in the name of our religion. Yeah, yeah. Basically, they were serial killers, and then they became religious nutcases. So, if anyone is going to go over to Corey, because Corey will be streaming in a few minutes, I like to think that he noticed that I streamed from 7 to 8 or from 6 to 8, and he was like, "I'm not going to cut into John's stream. I'm going to leave him because he's a cool dude. I'm going to drop my stream back another half hour just so we don't clash." I like to think I doubt that actually happened, but I'd like to think it makes me feel better. But if you're going over to Corey's stream, because he's probably got some giveaways, being it's Christmas, um, we go with the hashtag of that meowy crustmess. 3-hour sales pitch. Hashtag parcels. We'll go with Hashtag meowy crust mess, because that's not going to upset anyone. Well, yes, he is an infomercial. I know he's got a business to run, and I'm not going to knock him for that at all. Because from what I've seen of Corey in general, fish family stuff, he seems a really nice guy, genuine and good dude. He's not just in it for the money. Obviously, he wants to make the money, but he's not just in it to make money. He does actually care about the people and the fish and all the other stuffs. You know, Whoops, posting next week's stream. Jeez, how organised do people have to be to sort their streams out like 2 weeks ahead? Dang. I think I didn't even turn my pooter on till about 5:45, and then by the time HMS Craptop had stoked the boilers and built up steam, it was about 5:02. I think I basically at 6 I had the stream ready to go. Yeah, I'm not that organised. And hey, you know, got other things to do on a Sunday. I mean, just any Sunday, not just crustmess day. But anyway, I won't cut into Corey, so well, not this time anyway. Plus, I want to play with my new toys. Anyway, thank you very much. Thanks again, Alex and Alexander, for the super chat and the memberships gifts. Thank you very much. Hope you all have a good day. All joking and bar humbugness, grinchiness aside. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas. Peace out. Have fun. Rock on. Enjoy yourself. Bye-bye. Jen was gathered in their masses, fa la 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 la. Just like witches at black masses, fa la 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 la. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Ah.